Hello, my name is Tak Sonale Gillespie. It's tough being a teenager today. It's also tough being a parent today. In the next 30 minutes or so, you will have the unique opportunity to hear from 6 young people who've had time to reflect on their lives while participating in programs at McLaughlin Youth Center in Anchorage, Alaska. McLaughlin is a locked juvenile correctional facility. For most kids at McLaughlin, it is a long, hard road that leads them to being locked up here. The kids you will hear from have graciously agreed to talk to you, and I hope you listen carefully to their honesty and insight. They have gained wisdom, not through good luck, but mostly through tough times and many unfortunate choices. Time removed from their families and the community has given them a chance to figure out what got them to where they are and what could have made a difference to them earlier in their lives. They have much wisdom to share. So what's the toughest part about being here in McLaughlin?
I'd have to say when my family comes in, and then they leave, I can't leave with them. It's like I can't, take them out to their car, be like, okay, I love you guys, see you later. It's stuck with, oh yeah, I'll see you guys next Wednesday or next whenever visiting is, and my dad works a lot of the time, so he can't always come in, and I can't always see him all the time, so it's kind of hard seeing him go. Especially when my little niece comes in, I get kind of a little upset because, it's really cute and I like, just being a little uncle to her and stuff like that, but.
How is going to an outside school and then having to come back
Then you get these embarrassing questions. Oh, where'd you from? And, I'm like.
Why is that embarrassing?
I guess I don't really want people to know that I'm, locked up. Because they can't just because people usually shy away from you. That's
interesting because some students or some young adults will be like, it's status. I was locked up.
Yeah, I mean, they can think, oh, that's cool, yeah, but I think it's kind of dumb that you waste your freedom. A lot of kids, they'll be guilty for a crime and they'll go in and they'll say, oh, I didn't do it, and then they'll waste another 6 months in detention, until they get instilled by their PO. It's just complete waste. It's not worth a crime in the first place. Maybe a couple minutes of fame, yeah, you'll get that. Oh, I'm cool, I stole somebody's car. But then you got to pay for it.
So that is cool then?
No, it's not. Then you got to pay, close to $6,000 in restitution because you decided to steal someone's car.
But you had mentioned that you were in other residential treatment facilities before arriving here. So what do you think helped you realize this?
Miss my family too much. That's probably the biggest thing. Is not being able to go, fishing, going to Kenai, hanging out with the parents, hanging out with my grandparents. And my grandma's, I don't even know when she turned 68. I was there, last time I was there, she was like 64. So, it's 4 years, it's just been a blur. Haven't done nothing with my life, and I'm tired of it.
Well, I keep saying you miss your family and stuff. I mean, you had them. So, why didn't why didn't you think about these things when you were out there? What made you think about all these things?
Sitting in a jail cell for so long, I get more time to think. I'm not out running around, it's not, I used to think by the minute, like what happened next. And now I think what's going to happen in 6 months. It's not, okay, I got to go do this. I'm going to go with my friends. We're going to go get high. Then we're going to go drink. Then we're going to go to a party. That's what's going to happen. But realistically, now that I think, all right, if I get drunk with my friends, I'm going to jail. I don't have that option. I'd rather not.
So what would you tell parents out there who have children who may be going through similar things that you are?
I'd have to say to just pay attention to their behaviors, because I know a lot of my friends, when they were doing what they were doing when they started to, they were cool with their parents. And then over time, they just started to separate. They started to get further and further away from them because they wanted to hang out with their friends. Because a lot of my friends wanted to portray themselves as somebody that they're not. And I like that too because I wanted to be something that I'm not. I want to be, oh yeah, I'm the cool guy. I can go out and I can steal anybody's car because I know how to do it. But just because I know how to do it, why didn't I just decide to get in a good job, with security or something, figuring out how to make cars so nobody can steal them. So I guess that's what I tell parents, just to notice the signs, notice how their kids are acting. I think the biggest thing is you got to get to the kids before they're down that road. Otherwise, they're just going to say, this is what I like to do, and that's what I'm going to do. I think that if the kid knows, like deep down inside, I knew, like, all right, I'm going down the wrong path. I know I'm going down the wrong path. And a lot of the kids, they're screaming for help. They want help. They want, all right, I need someone to sit down and talk to me. But their egos are too big. They're not going to sit here and be like, oh, I'm going to talk to you. I want to talk to you. They're not going to come to you. You got to go to them. And if you don't go to them, then they're going to do what they think. Because they don't. A lot of teenagers nowadays, they do what they want. And that's what it is. And if you're not there to help them, they're not going to ask for the help.
So what are the chances of you using again?
Probably slim to none.
Why do you say that?
Because my dad, he's tired of me coming in here. He's going to do what he needs to do to make sure that I do what I'm supposed to do.
But what about those friends out there? I mean, it's
it,
going to be hard to...
Not really, because they said that you're friends, but when I was in here the whole time, none of them wrote me. I haven't gotten nothing from them, not a birthday card, nothing. Even the girlfriend that I had, she didn't send me nothing, didn't write me, didn't do nothing. People forget about you when you're in here. That's the truth of it. It shows you who your real friends are. My family's been here the whole time I've been here, so it's not worth it, man. I'm telling you, it's not. Biggest change would have to be, just the way that I think about things now. It's not like I think things through. It's not just like what I want. That's what I want and what's going to be best for other people too. It's not a selfish need inside me to go and party with my friends. It's not like that no more. It's like, my family needs me. I got to be there. I guess I don't know. I guess that's what I've wanted the whole time, is just to be able to be dependent on, to be there. And when I was out there like that, I guess I couldn't be. Like when I was in middle school, I used to go to Clark, and I used to get fights, and I used to bring drugs to school. They'd search me and they'd just take my lighters, say, oh, well, you're not supposed to have this. Why'd you have it? I'd lie to them. I think that some schools should look into that, because that's when I started. In middle school is basically my turning point. I used to come to school high all the time, pass out in class.
So what would you have wanted those teachers to do?
I think I would want them to told somebody.
So you wanted to get caught?
That's probably would have been the best thing, would have been to get caught. That's probably would have been the best thing. Because I wouldn't be here right now if you think about it.
But at that time?
At that time, no, I didn't want to get caught. But
okay.
In the long run, it would have done me good. Because I would never I'm never being here.
Is this place that bad?
It's pretty bad. You'd be surprised. And some of them, they're just going to act tough the whole time they're here, and they're going to spend 2 years and then come back up and do 9 to 11 months. But
it sounds like this place helped you out quite a bit.
It helped, but it wasn't worth it. It did. It taught me skills over again. Kids learn these skills. They know right or wrong. They know that if my parents say you don't do drugs, and people are saying don't do drugs, they're saying it for a reason. There's a lot of kids too that people say don't do drugs, they don't do drugs.
What do you care about now?
What do I care about now? It's kind of tough. I say everything. I care about having my own room. I care about having a pet. I care about using the bathroom, not sitting on a steel toilet. I care about a lot of stuff. I care about not using a short towel. I care about being outside when I want to be outside. I care about a lot of stuff. Because those things, when you get caught up, they get taken away, and it's not worth it. I just say, to everybody else out there, you can change your ways, otherwise this is what's going to happen.
But what if they're out there right now thinking the way you thought back in middle school, where you don't care?
They're going to end up here. They don't care, they're going to end up here.
Whatever, you're whacked. I would never get caught.
You're going to get caught sometime. It's whether you want to be on your grounds or you want to come and you want to stop whatever you're doing. You could steal cars, you could smoke weed, you could do drugs. That's cool for a little bit. But then that's all going to come down. And you're going to be stuck in a jail cell crying because you want your parents. And that's all it's going to be.
How many times have you been here?
5 times.
First time didn't do it?
No.
What makes you think this time will do it?
I don't know, because I'm older.
How old are you?
18 right now.
Whose fault do you think it is that you're in here?
It's my fault.
Well, a lot of kids say that, but then they're like, my family didn't have money, I was hanging out with the wrong crowd, Alaska's boring, and yet they say it's their own fault.
Shit, that's just life.
What does your family think about you being in here?
My bros think it's cool. No, my mom and pops, no.
That's what I'm saying. There's going to be a lot of kids out there who think this life is cool. What do we tell them?
Man, if they want to learn the hard way, like my older bro used to say, let them find out. You know what I'm saying?
What would you have done differently?
When I was out,
before getting caught up in here?
I don't know. Kind of think what I was doing was right. That's what it seemed like. Everything I was doing seemed right. I mean, the way I was making money, it was to support my needs. You know what I'm saying? Even my family. Most of that money went to my folks. So I thought I was doing something good. I guess not.
When did you know it was wrong?
When I got caught.
So those kids that are out there doing the right thing, selling drugs, helping their family pay the bills, what would you say to them?
Do what you gotta do. Nah. That's what I would have told them before. But now, since I've been there and done it, I don't know, they just got a choice. You know what I'm saying? If they keep doing what they doing, they gonna end up eventually going through what I did, what I went through.
That's the only option?
Or dead.
Who's been here for you since you've been here?
My mom and my little brothers. They help me out a lot.
What do they think about you being in here?
My little brothers, they don't like it. And my mom, she was mad when I came in here. She started crying and stuff.
How does that make you feel when you see her cry?
I don't know. It's just, I don't like it. I cried when I came in here my first time too, because I didn't know what to do. It's mostly the kids' choices. Like, we choose to do these things.
Why'd you choose to do that stuff?
Because I wanted to buy things. I choose to sell drugs because I wanted to buy things that I didn't, or that I wanted, not things that I needed.
Like what?
Like clothes, cars, and I did buy drugs and stuff like that just to look cool, I guess. That's mostly what all these people are trying to do, just get a reputation.
For who?
For everybody else. That's all it is.
What kind of reputation?
Any kind of reputation. If you have something that other kids like look up to you and think that you're cool, then that's basically what a lot of kids want.
What did you have out there that made you look cool?
Drugs.
Drugs made you look cool.
That's what it is, though. Because, like, for selling drugs, I mean, you get a lot of friends, but I mean, it's not positive, but I mean, you start meeting new people, all kinds of things happen, like when you sell drugs or use drugs. And I don't know, that was my whole thing.
So let's say you came home one day and you saw some drugs in your brother's room, what would you say to him?
I would tell him I would tell him to stop messing with that stuff, because all it's gonna do is end him up in jail, and he ain't gonna like it in there, because you can't do nothing. They take all your rights. You gotta ask to use the bathroom. It's just things that you don't want.
So if your mom said, you don't want to do that, that's bad, you're going to end up in jail, would that have worked? That little statement to your brother, is that really going to convince him not to sell those drugs that he has?
To my little brother, I think it would, because they look up to me. I didn't really have no one to look up to. I just listened to my mom, and then it just stopped, and I started doing stupid things. But for my little brothers, he already thought about stuff like that, because he had friends, and I told him he can't hang with them because that's not what he wants to do, and he don't hang with them no more. He don't do none of that stuff. He just doing school, just living cool.
But, you're not really being real with him. You're caught up in it. You did it. So why can't he do it? He has an image to maintain, right? So his brother is cool because he's in McLaughlin and he sold drugs. And I'm at school doing my homework. I'm kind of square.
That's not how it goes, not with my little brother.
How do you know that?
Because I have a close relationship with him. He tells me everything.
But Alaska's boring to him?
Nah, he don't have a problem with Alaska. See, I think it started in school when I started hanging around negative people. See, at school, he got a bunch of friends. They don't use drugs, don't do nothing like that. And he made it to high school. I dropped out of middle school, and as soon as I dropped out, I started going to selling drugs and doing things like that.
You're mad at yourself?
I'm mad about the decisions I made. I made the choices.
So it's not Alaska?
No.
And it's not the friends you chose to hang out with?
No.
It's not your mom?
It's my fault.
But you said your mom taught you,
Because I was raised better.
Yeah.
But still, I didn't have the things that I wanted. My mom bought the things that I needed. Financially, we had problems, coming up. But then I started selling drugs, and my mom didn't have to spend no money on me.
There's a kid out there, right, who's got single father or single mother, whatever, and they can't pay their bills. And they could get easy money, like in less than an hour, to help their mom or their dad pay the bills. What would you tell them?
That ain't the way to get it. That's not the way to get money. There's a lot of things you could do.
I won't have Jordans like everybody else.
You don't need Jordans. If you're going to go and buy Jordans instead of buying food, then that's your choice, and you have to live with the consequences. But that's not the way to go.
What do you care about now?
All I care about is my family. That's all that I care about.
Whose fault is it for you being here?
It's mine. I made the choices. Nobody can tell you what to do. Nobody can say, you're going to go out and beat somebody up. You're going to go out and get drunk and get caught. And nobody else can make your choices for you. And I made the choices to fight. I made the choices to drink. It's the choices not going to school, and they led to me being here.
So what are some advice that you have for parents?
I think some kids need to know that their family cares, because when kids start to do bad and stuff, their family has a tendency they'll be there for them, but they don't show it. They kind of just let them do what they do because they don't know what else to do.
So what would that look like? Showing them that they care. What does that look like?
I think talking to them would help a little bit, because I know my parents never talked to me about it. They just they didn't know what to do. And even if you're out doing behaviors that will get you in trouble and stuff, you may not even be close to your family at the time. You may not acknowledge how much you care about them because you're worried more about everything else. But when they actually take you away from your family, it hits you. And you'll understand how it feels. You always know inside that you love your family and stuff, but you don't show it because you're out partying or just not doing things that show you care. And when you're in treatment, you miss them a lot, especially if you go somewhere where your family is not available to you. It gives you a lot of time to think about why you were doing what you were doing. Because you sit here and say how much you love your family and you miss them,